Welcome back.
It's nice to get everything accomplished.
Now it's time
Check marks are a little bit more
to hear something from the head coach of the Penn State Nittany Lions. And of course, in the women's volleyball players, this is the last team we're going to see them for today. And that will do it for the Big Ten Volleyball Media Days after this. And we will be watching again tomorrow as well.
The NCAA championship, the first since 2014. That certainly means.
I remember last year's season, we watched their games until the national championship. They have won their first title since 2014 and until 2024 last year. A season to go.
Coach Katie Schumacher-Cawley, who is with us, opted not to show off for Blaine today because she told me those are for
now
the
let's listen to our head coach right now. Her name is Katie Schumacher-Cawley. I remember the head coach for Penn State Nittany Lions.
Let it sit there.
What does it feel like to be here at Media Days? We kind of consider this at the unofficial start of the season. I know that doesn't actually come for a few days, but to be sitting here and be able to say we're the defending national champions.
It's 4:29 p.m.
As always, and I think just for my players to have this experience and what a great job the Big Ten does producing this and letting our players see how great they are and how great the sport truly is.
Is the glow still there, as I asked you just a moment ago, or does it slowly start to fade as the season gets closer and closer?
No, it's fading quickly. Preseason starts August 1st, so it's a new season and it's a new chapter with this group and a new team and one that wants to make an impact as well.
Did you get any unexpected calls or texts, or the players tell you any unexpected calls or texts from celebrities or any big names that may have lost your championship?
Oh, I mean, too many people. I mean, the amount of people that reached out after watching the finals and the semifinals was way overwhelming, but I'm super grateful for the support of people watching volleyball and cheering on Penn State.
I think an easy question to ask is, how has your life changed since becoming a national champion? But you were already going through a life-changing process at that time as you kind of battled cancer. So as you start to look back at what the year was, both on and off the court, what do you first and foremost think about?
I'm just grateful to be where I am and that I'm feeling healthy right now and that I'm surrounded by a team and staff and a community that is so supportive and it raises us to be great, and I'm just happy to be back at Penn State and ready for the season to get going.
We got to see your team celebrate and be celebrated on the national stage, but only those in that State College community got to see how you were received when you got back to campus and how long that celebration lasted on campus. What was that like specifically for the players amongst their classmates and other student athletes in the Penn State Athletic Department?
Yeah, I mean, it's great. They're celebrities in their own way, and the community is so supportive, and they deserve all the love that they're getting, and they know that they have to do the right things off the court in order to continue that.
I think the one hard thing about winning a national championship is that especially fans, they expect that, well, now you can do it every year. The good news is you have a bunch of really good players returning and then some really important additions. Let's start with one of your returners, including the National Freshman of the Year, Izzy Stark. She was so good in so many of the biggest moments last year as a true freshman. I know I've asked you in the past how impressed you were by her composure and ability.
It is 4:31 p.m.
What was the most impressive part of what she did last year?
I think that she got better in every match that she played in. Izzy got better. She was stronger. She did the right things to help herself, and I think she was surrounded by some really great teammates that pulled her along and helped her be really successful.
How will her role change this year, whether it be from a production or maybe more specifically from a leadership standpoint?
Yeah, I mean, I'm expecting, her leadership to continue to grow and to be comfortable with who she is and how she leads, because not everyone's the same. And she's going to do some great things.
Jillian Grimes also with you here today, an outstanding defender, terrific server. What else will her role be on this team this year?
And Jill's a senior. Jill knows the game and competes really hard, and Jill will need to step up as a leader as well, and because of the experiences that she's had. And I think since I've been a head coach, she's the only player that's played in every match for me since I've been there at Penn State, and so I know she understands the expectations and what is needed, and I have no doubt she's going to do great things.
Which other returning players will you challenge to be an even better version of themselves in 2025?
I think, I think Ava Faldudo, I think Caroline Jarvicius, Jordan Hopp, Maggie, Catherine Burke, all players that have been in the gym that have gotten better in their position that will need to make an impact on the team at some point during the season.
You do obviously lose a handful of key players from last year, Jess Merzick, Cam Hanna, Taylor Trammell among the most notable. What do those three mean to you and to that run, and specifically Jess's performance in the finals and the Final Four where she was named the MOP?
Yeah, I think it was, those three made an impact, but we had 5 seniors, and it was, not only what they did on the court, it was off the court. I think each of them led in their own way. You don't replace Jess. Jess is a special player, and we have players that are going to step up and compete and play hard, and we'll miss that group, and they definitely left their mark at Penn State, and my hope is that our younger players learns a lot from them, not just the court play.
You go into the transfer portal and get arguably the best portal player out there, an All-American Kennedy Martin from Florida. Obviously, she's a player that would fit into pretty much every system. What do you like most about her game?
She's a Terminator. She'll find a way to score. She's a competitive individual that wants to be part of a team that wants to be really successful, and I think she fits in well with our players, and she'll do what it takes to win.
What's the process like going into the portal as a defending national championship coach? In that situation, most of the time, you're the wanted, not necessarily wanting other folks.
Yeah, I think people want to play with our players. I can't speak highly enough of our team and how they treat each other, and what they do on and off the court together to make a difference, no matter how different they are. But I think Kennedy, Addie, Emmy, all of the additions with the freshmen are going to be really special.
How do you handle a freshman class coming in to join such a talented roster?
I mean, they're excited to go. They all came early. They were there a semester early and able to train with the team and get to know the players. And I know they're getting better every day in the gym, and we're excited to see what they can do.
Look at your non-conference schedule, and I'm going to read this because I don't want to miss any. You have Creighton, Kansas, Arizona State, TCU, Kentucky, and Pitt. That's before you get into Big Ten play. Now, no other sport out there plays this quality and volume of non-conference competition before they're going to get into a really difficult league. How much do you think that's contributed to the recent rise in popularity and interest in the sport?
Yeah, I mean, just being on TV, but being able to compete against the best teams before the conference so that we're prepared for conference is something that we try to do every year. And it's a really tough schedule, and I know though that it will prepare us to be ready for the start of the Big Ten Conference.
I'm assuming it never gets old to be able to play matches inside your home gym. For those folks who haven't been lucky enough to see one, how do you try to describe what the environment is like in a big-time weekend match with a big-time opponent in town?
Yeah, I mean, it's electric. Our fans are the best. They're knowledgeable of the game. They cheer for great volleyball, but they always want Penn State to win. But they're into every point, and I think they're so great to our players and just love the sport.
I know you downplayed throughout the course of the year what you were going through, kind of made it more about the players. I think I asked you afterwards about being the first female head coach as well to win a Division I women's volleyball championship, and you continue to say it's all about the players. How long do you think it will take for you to kind of sit back and kind of recognize not just what the team accomplished, but what you accomplished last season?
I don't know. I mean, I'm happy for the team. I'm happy for the program and for the alum, and to sit back and say we won is really special, not just being the first female, but I think for Penn State and for everyone that supports us. So I'll always enjoy it, but we're on to the next season.
And I know you're always more comfortable talking about others than yourself, so let's do that. Let's talk about John Cook, who just retired after his legendary career. You played for and coached with an absolute legend of the game in Russ Rose. Big John is certainly considered to be in that category as well. What are your thoughts on his career and what he leaves behind?
I mean, similar to Coach Rose. I mean, he's one of the greats of the game, and I think has made a huge impact on the sport across the country. And I think he will continue to do that. I'm sure he'll be on TV, and but you know, I you can't replace coaches like him and Coach Rose. And you know, I was lucky enough to be around them as long as I was to learn a little bit.
All right, Katie, I understand before I let you go, someone just told me, are you throwing out the first pitch at a Cubs game later this week?
Yeah, I am on Saturday.
Are you a little nervous?
Oh yeah.
Have you been practicing?
Not yet.
How's the arm?
The arm's a little weak, but we'll get to practice this week.
Are you going to go from the bottom of the mound, or are you going to get up on the rubber and go the whole 60 feet 6 inches?
We're gonna go the whole way here.
There you go. If you're going to do it right. Katie Schumacher calling, as always, great to catch up.
Thank you.
All right, let's